Hello Capricorn, welcome back. Today we're doing a reading for March 7th until March 13th, 2021. We will take a look into your recent past, your present energies, and what's coming up for all of you. This will be for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs in Capricorn, should you cross-watch. And as always, this is a general reading and it just might not resonate for you. That's absolutely fine. Take the things that are for you and leave everything else behind to get into your higher vibes. If you have not done so already, it would mean so much to me to have you subscribe to the channel. I'm here every single week and I would love for you to be as well. If this reading resonates for you today, please do leave me a thumbs up and any comments or questions you might have down below. Woo! See, whoops, what's going on for Capricorn. Welcome to my little rainbow room. It's that time of day for me. Okay, overall energy for you this reading is the Nine of Wands here, Capricorn. Getting ready to make some moves, I think, is the energy I'm taking from it. In the recent past, we have the Five of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. For me, Capricorn, this really feels like you being sort of like down on yourself, facing your past, and having that be really challenging and feeling like it's a big distraction. And then somebody's going to come in and I think rehash a little bit of that trauma for you. They're going to bring up things from your past that you just don't feel prepared or equipped to talk about or deal with. And they're going to put you in a position where like you need to face it. You need to talk to them about it. This person is somebody who is very kind of like secure in who they are. So it's going to feel a little bit confusing for them as to why somebody might not have that same sense of security, if you know what I mean. But as a result, that's going to be really challenging, but it's going to lead you to this feeling of liberation, this feeling of, okay, now I've actually dealt with that, something I've been avoiding dealing with for a long time, and I'm better able to look at where I want to go, what I want to do, how I'm going to get there. Like, I think initially you're going to be taken aback by this person really trying to force you to confront things that you don't want to confront. But ultimately, it's going to feel like it leads you to some sense of freedom. In the present energy, we have the Page of Cups, the Lovers, and the Knight of Pentacles. So maybe in the early phases of a relationship for you here, working on communication inside the relationship. Now, this may be stemming from what you're experiencing in this being confronting with your past and having to deal with that. But I see you wanting to really take steps forward to be able to move your relationship forward and understanding that maybe there was a bit of a limitation in how you were communicating, maybe a little bit of immaturity in how you were communicating in the relationship, and wanting to work on that, wanting to repair it. Getting into the future energies, we have the Three of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. This is actually very nice energy. And I think, again, all this is stemming sort of from that kick in the butt you're getting from this person, because now we're in a position where we want to bring the people that we care about in, draw them close, understand from them, you know, how best we can all support one another, and starting to really plan to take action on your future and where you want to go next and who you want to bring with you there. So again, we take it back to the Nine of Wands. We're getting ready to make some changes, being prepared to step into the next thing. We will start with clarifying that Nine of Wands in the overall energy for you. Eight of Emotions, the Nine of Wands again, and the Ace of Wands. So this is a nice energy of feeling fully prepared to walk away from where you are if the right opportunity comes up. Like knowing that you're ready, knowing you have what it takes, and having an understanding of what the opportunity is that you would like to go after, and just like being ready, being consciously ready that when this thing comes up that I really want, I feel prepared to go take it. Let's get into the recent past and look at this Five of Cups energy for you here. The Tower, the Wheel, the Seven of Inspiration. So I don't know if you already have kind of an inkling inside of yourself that something new could be coming up here, but with this Tower and the Wheel, I think this person coming forward to make you rehash some of your past is going to be a surprise. It's going to feel uncomfortable. Your immediate response is going to be to want to protect yourself, to defend yourself, to hold this person out at bay. But there is going to be that underlying understanding inside of you somewhere that if I want to make change, if I actually want to make real lasting change for myself in my life, I have to deal with this. I can't just hold it away, brush it off. I need to deal with it. So it's interesting because it's going to be like you're backed into a corner to have to deal. What just came up? Yeah, Three of Inspiration. To be able to plan for the future that you want, to be able to confidently be able to step into the future that you want, you have to deal with some of this. And I think this other person recognizes that in you. You're carrying around this baggage that is limiting you. And in order to be able to move into the future, the best version of yourself you can be, you have to start to work through it and, let it go. You can't just ignore it forever. Let's take a look in the present energy at the Lovers here. Two of Inspiration, the Three of Voices, and the Five of Emotions. Ooh, yeah. Things are heavy in the relationship front right now for you. Again, we talked earlier about communication and a recognition that communication just is not where it needs to be with this person, especially if you're going to remain aligned to move forward together. If you imagine a future with the person that you are with right now, you're only going to face kind of disappointment, heartache, hurt if you can't get on the same page with how you're communicating. There's not going to be this moving the relationship forward if it continues to stay as it is right now. So something in here needs to shift for you. Otherwise, you are going to be the one facing a lot of this hurt. Let's take a look also at this Knight of Pentacles in the present energy. The Star, the Page of Emotions, and the Moon. Yeah, you don't want secrets with this person anymore. You want to be focused. You want to make sure that you have a unified direction that you're working towards. You don't want any surprises here. So I think, again, you're going to have this willingness to be able to find new ways to communicate that feel more loving. But there is definitely recognition here that communication just isn't what it should be, that you're not going to be able to move forward. You're keeping things from one another. And I really think it's that you're keeping feelings from one another. When someone hurts you, when someone says something that undermines you, when somebody just isn't considerate of your time, it's like you're not speaking to that, or they're not speaking to that. And as a result, you're festering all these little microaggressions that eventually will just turn into a lot of hurt and a lot of pain. So I think you're starting to see that, Capricorn, and you're working to make that change because you don't want there to be secrets. You don't want to be withholding information anymore, because I do think that you want to see yourself aligned with this person moving forward. Let's take a look in the future energy at that Two of Wands, where it's come up twice now. Queen of Materials, the Empress, and the Five of Voices. So you may be starting to feel really resolved in wanting to have a grounded relationship. Sorry, a mature relationship. One, again, where there's no lying, there's no secrets, because I think you, Capricorn, are starting to consider family. If you already have a family, you're starting to consider the impact that your relationship has on this family. But otherwise, like, if I was going to have a family, if I want to have children, is this the person? Is this the relationship I would want my children to grow up seeing? So again, you're starting to think long term. We need to make sure that your partnership is like going in the same direction. Let's look at this Knight of Swords as well. Nine of Voices, Ace of Voices, and the Four of Materials. Yeah, I really think, Capricorn, here that you're fearful that the relationship that you're in is in jeopardy in some way because of this bad communication, that you're just not on the same page, and that could result in the relationship dissolving a little bit, and you're holding on very tight to it because it's something that's important to you to feel a sense of security in your life, and you really want to be able to vocalize this to your partner. You want to find a new way to move forward, a new way to talk about it. You don't want to feel like you're losing sleep, like you're just lying in bed next to each other every night, but not talking about all the things that are on your mind. I think that you're dealing probably with a lot of emotional stress in this way. And maybe this is all to do with and in part with this, other person in your life recognizing that you have some stuff that you need to address and deal with from your past so that you can better walk into your future, and that becoming a catalyst for recognizing, in my past I dealt with these things in this communication style in my relationships, and now I'm defaulting to it even though I know it's not going to work, even though it always led to heartache and hurt. So ultimately dealing with growth here, Capricorn, but I think for you there's like an energy of fear around losing the relationship that you have and not wanting that. We'll take one last message from Spirit here for you. The Hierophant, the Fool, and the Nine of Swords. You may have to take a little bit of a leap of faith here, Capricorn, in finding some counseling and finding some more concrete ways of dealing with things. I think you're carrying some traumas around that have been with you for a while, and you need to find a constructive way to deal with it. Maybe therapy or counseling again coming up here, so that you can let go of those intrusive thoughts and find healthier ways to move forward in the future. I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, please do subscribe, and we'll see you all next week.